This Thursday, a student allegedly assaulted on a school campus. It reportedly happened at Mundy's Mill High School. That's in Clayton County earlier this week.
When we asked the district to confirm what happened, we didn't get any answers. It made us wonder, what are schools legally obligated to tell other parents in these situations? 11 Alive's Latasha Givens joins us to explain.
This is the only statement reply we got from the Clayton County School District, stating, "Please be advised that the district is aware of allegations regarding inappropriate conduct and, in compliance with existing laws, is following standard protocol to address the investigation of these claims. As this is an active investigation, it is our practice to refrain from offering any further comment." But with no confirmation or denial from the district, the question became, is there a potential safety threat parents aren't being told about? We spoke to 11 Alive legal analyst Meg Strickler to get her perspective on the district's response.
Each district has their own rules, regulations. It's not just like state mandated. So when an allegation is made very early on, nothing is said.
Strickler says when an assault is reported, law enforcement must be notified. In this case, we're told Clayton County Police responded to the call, but the school district's own police department is handling the case and for now isn't commenting. We asked Strickler if Georgia school districts are obligated to tell other parents when a child is allegedly harmed on school grounds.
But again, I think they want to make sure they understand what occurred and what has been alleged first before they make any sort of public statement, because going to the parents is a public statement, and they want to make sure that all parties that are involved are protected.
Strickler says an alleged assault is not the same as a bomb threat or a situation that would prompt a school lockdown, so it's handled differently based on policy.
Once you have a criminal prosecution, that's way down the line, but if the school made a statement that said X and Y turns out to be the fact, that's problematic.
Strickler also says when or if criminal charges are ever filed, the schools are then obligated to share that information with parents and the student body, but not before then.
All right, interesting. Thank you, Latasha.